Okay, welcome to another edition of the Saturday Night Horror Movie Club from Into the Abyss. I am Kevin Lucia. Tom.
I'm Tom McDonough.
C.W. Breyer.
Joe Sullivan.
And we are practicing responsible social distancing. But you know what? We're living in the age of the internet and live streaming, so there's no reason why we can't still meet and still carry on our business, so we're going to still meet tonight. We're going to pick a movie in the comfort and safety of our own homes. But first, we are going to offer you especially for you guys that are in New York, unfortunately PA, you're screwed because all of their liquor stores have been closed. But we're going to offer our drinking choices tonight. We're going to call this our Coronavirus Survival Drinking Guide. Okay, so Tom, why don't you go first and share with us your drinking recommendations for this evening?
Sure. Well, I got drinks not just for tonight, but also for our whole time locked together. I am drinking from the Johnson City Wine and Liquor Store, and this is part of Wegmans.
What's your sign-in?
Sweet dog peanut butter whiskey. And actually, the guy at the store recommended this one. I'm looking for new things. A couple other things, and I'm not drinking these all at once because I'm not that bad of a boozer.
Says you.
And I don't think this is weird wine. On the Finger Lakes wine region, this is Jackass Red from Dobie Vineyards.
Nice.
Yes, we went there years ago, met Dobie the Mule. And I got this one simply because it's a funny name, but I haven't tasted yet. Kiss My Ass Red Wine. Yeah, so
that's awesome.
My wife and I will be trying this one later. And hopefully when we get back together, we can have some Writer Tier whiskey. I'd like to see Kevin and Chuck fry. It's one of my pleasure.
Awesome.
So, I'm set for this whole quarantine.
Tom, this is going to be our first edition where you don't have to drive home. So maybe we'll have just as entertaining.
Exactly. I can get super stupid.
Yeah. Chuck, what are you drinking? What is your coronavirus survival drinking guide for us?
Oh, wait. I'm sporting some 607 blood orange whiskey. I'm mixing that with sparkling lemonade. So I figured it's got blood in the title, so that's my
blood orange, yeah.
Drink of choice. Yep.
Joe, what are you going for tonight?
You can probably see,
oh, sorry.
Well, I was going to say, you can also see here doing a little bit of home construction. So you can see the insulation and one of the 3 corgis.
Ah! Nice. Joe, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, I'm keeping it pretty basic. I'll make do with what I got. I had some Grey Goose vodka and some Gatorade, so, pretty basic.
Where'd you get the Grey Goose vodka?
My wife had it for a birthday present a couple of years ago, I think.
Cool. So I'm not ashamed to say that I probably bought more booze in the last week than I possibly bought in the last 5 or 6 months. Thankfully, again...
Kevin relied on us to divide them booze.
What's that?
I was just saying you kind of miss us providing the booze for you.
Yeah, well, yeah. Thankfully, Governor Cuomo has decreed in New York that all liquor dispensaries and beverage dispensaries are essential businesses. But I am currently drinking Old Smoky Tennessee Salty Caramel Whiskey, smoothed out by some 607 Mocha. Okay, very, very, very nice. Okay, I've also got Screwball here, peanut butter whiskey, and from Sam the Beer Man, I have Boulevard Tank 7, a nice oak-aged barrel beer. Oak-aged beer. Sorry. Very tasty. And my new discovery, and as we mentioned before, I am of the Baptist Protestant persuasion, so I feel I am obligated to drink any beverage that has my Lord and Savior's name on it. So I will also be drinking tonight Sweet Baby Jesus, which, the title says it all. It's chocolate, peanut butter, coffee, beer. What else can you say about that? So those are our drinking recommendations. So now we're going to cut for a little bit to get the Wheel of Fate lined up for us tonight, and here is hoping. I mean, the Lighthouse had its moments, so I don't think the Wheel of Fate really hurt us then. But you know, we don't need another The Barn or Robert and the Toymaker. So we'll be back here in just a minute with the Wheel of Fate. All right, welcome back to the Saturday Night Horror Movie Club. We are now going to spin the Wheel of Fate. The Wheel of Fate so far has not always been the kindest to us. It was pretty good with the Lighthouse, but tonight we've changed our format a little bit here with the Saturday Night Horror Movie Club. We've decided that it would be best if we have dedicated theme nights, so then that way we know what we're in store for. So like if we decide one night is going to be a night of all cosmic horror, one night is going to be a night of ghost stories, one night can be found footage. Tonight is slasher and gore night. So we have selected some things that are going to be a little bit more fast paced, that might have some bodily damage. Okay, why doesn't everyone introduce their contributions or their selections tonight? Tom, what have you offered up for us tonight?
I offered up Jigsaw and Trick. Jigsaw might be an issue because it's another in the Saw series, but you know, I think it's one that can stand on its own.
Yeah. Okay, Chuck, what have you offered up for us?
Well, I saw one was The Headhunter. It's a Shudder exclusive. Actually, Shudder is free right now. They're offering 30-day trials because of the
Which I've been
coronavirus
watching
thing.
every day, by the way. So.
Nice.
Okay.
The
So
other thing, Kevin, you mentioned Ready or Not, so I threw in another vote for that one.
yeah, I wanted to see that in the theater. Joe, what have you offered up for us?
Well, I offered up some Toby Hooper Funhouse. That was going to say the Toolbox Murders, but I guess Tom's already seen that. So I
No,
seconded,
I saw the Funhouse, not the Toolbox Murders.
I seconded the Trick, so I'm backing up that.
Cool. So I offered up two myself. I just kind of Googled, best slasher films this year, and I came up with a movie called Haunt, and another movie called Nightmare Cinema. It's got Mickey O'Rourke in it, so that sort of piqued my interest a little bit. So we're going to go over to the Wheel of Fate to see what our destiny is. Here is the Wheel of Fate. Click to spin.
Oh god, that thing scares me.
All right. So yeah, you guys waiting in bated breath as to what our option is going to be. The Wheel of Fate has chosen for us Ready or Not. Okay, Ready or Not.
Ooh.
Yeah, Ready or Not. So we are going to get all of our remote, devices set, and we will be back with starting Ready or Not. So here we go. Go ahead, Tom.
Okay, welcome back to Into the Abyss, Saturday Night Horror Movie Club. We're about ready to watch Ready or Not, a horror / thriller / I guess survival movie. A woman marries into a victim, but it's not all it seems. So, I think we're ready. Is everyone ready?
How many of you were
Ready
flashing?
or Not.
How many of you are flashing back to that '90s song? It's like, "Ready or not, here I come. You can't find.
Fuji.
You got hide away and make you love me." Sorry,
That may be the scariest thing in all night, Kevin.
that may have been worse than the movie. So we are now going to begin. Ready or not, we'll come back to you at the 30-minute mark. Okay, so we're 30 minutes into Ready or Not, starring Sarah Weaving, who I didn't realize was Hugo Weaving's daughter, which is pretty.
It's Samara.
Yeah, Samara Weaving.
Samara.
So that's pretty cool. It's Hugo Weaving's daughter. So Tom, just so everyone at home knows, or everyone on the video, I don't know how the screen looks for you guys, but for me, I'm in a little corner in the right, so I'm the smallest one.
I see you down here.
The biggest one, appropriately, is, and we mean biggest because he's the most important, is Tom McDonough is off to the left. And then we have, oh my gosh, I almost lost my whiskey.
You got the moneymaker.
Yeah,
Moneymaker's
we have
right here.
Chuck in the middle, then we have Joe over to the right. So I'm going to start with Tom McDonough. What are your thoughts on Ready or Not so far?
Oh, I think it looks pretty good. I asked you guys about this earlier, about the backdrop, the decorations they have, how they have this house set up. I saw reviews for it. As I understand it, parts of it were filmed in an actual mansion in Canada. So it does look old money. I like the whole board games empire. And I think it was Chuck or Joe you brought up the Bradley. The Bradley Corporation.
That's a Bradley name, last name, Milton Bradley.
Oh,
Bradley,
so
yeah.
right, Milton Bradley. That's awesome.
And I was waiting for like one of the kids or one of the adults to be called Parker too, for Parker Brothers. But it's also got Andy McDowell. Ooh, I love me some Andy McDowell.
Oh,
God love her. So, but so far, I think it's setting it up pretty good. I think it's setting up to be a dark comedy of errors
Okay.
too. Yeah.
So,
You heard a comedy of errors. It's a dark comedy of errors.
Chuck, what are your thoughts?
I think it's fantastic. I think they've done a very good job setting everything up with all the characters. They introduced a lot of people. The movie's taking its time, but they're incorporating a lot of elements, and you can feel. We stopped here. We're just short of 30 minutes, but stopped here because it's about to all unfold, and they've done a great job of tightening the spring, and it's about to launch.
Yep. Joe, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so far I'm really interested in like where it's going. They did a nice setup. You're always trying to figure out where it's going, and so far it has me engaged, but I don't really have any idea what they're gonna do. Besides the fact they're gonna hunt her down in some way.
Right.
I'm very curious what her reaction is going to be once she realizes what the actual game is and what she's going to say to her new husband.
Yeah. He seems to be not happy about all of this. So that seems like this is a family ritual, and Andy McDowell's character actually said that it's only been done once since she's joined the family. So whether or not, and I'm curious to know, the movie started out with a flashback 30 years ago where we're assuming it was a groom this time who gets hunted down, and two boys like basically rat him out when he was hiding. I'll be curious to know if one of those boys was the groom. So he's carrying
No,
this.
they actually said, Andy. His name is Andy and Daniel. Those are the brothers' names. And
Okay.
so now they're older. One of them is Andy. He's the one who's now married, and his brother is Daniel.
Right.
Daniel was the one
And
who hit
Andy was
Andy.
the bride who lost her husband. So that's why she's so bitter.
I know for me, I'm getting.
Ex-mother-in-law.
I know for me, I'm getting vibes of Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Which, how many of you guys have seen this movie?
Oh, theater? No, but Netflix.
You've
Great.
seen it though. CW, Chuck, have you seen it? Joe, have you seen it?
No.
Oh, Joe, you
Never
need to
seen it.
see Tucker and Dale
You'll love
versus
it.
Evil because it's
It's
so
not for cares. It's fun.
it's awesome. All right, so we're poised at the very beginning of the action, so we'll get back to you at roughly halfway through the film. Okay. All right. So here we are. Chuck, where are we? Are we the halfway mark of this movie?
We're coming to you right up in my tub.
What's that?
Rufus.
I
Coming
see
to you
you.
right up in my tub.
Okay.
Here's a loofah.
All right, so we're halfway through Ready or Not.
Nope, we are 1 hour in. It's a 90-minute movie, so we're 2/3 of the way through.
Why
Okay.
don't we introduce our new
Yes.
member?
So Kit
Now I hear my screen.
Kolpakas is joining us. Kit is the music teacher at Seton Catholic Central High School. This was supposed to be his inaugural induction to the horror cave, and then coronavirus happened. But he played a quick game of D&D, and then he joined us online. So we're going to give our thoughts about halfway through the movie. And again, I don't know what you guys see, but what I'm recording right now is we got a nice little Brady Bunch thing going here, where Tom, you're in the upper left, Chuck, you're in the upper right, Kit is in the lower left, Joe is in the lower right, and I'm all over the corner. Let's start out with Tom. What are your thoughts about Ready or Not so far?
All right. Well, it's more thriller than horror, and we brought that up before on YouTube. But I do like it, and I'm sure there's some horror elements in there. Definitely some cringe moments there, things that make you really just get a little, oh God, so painful. And as I mentioned before, it's definitely a dark comedy of errors. Because essentially you have these very rich, snotty people hunting their newest member, but, rich people problems get in the way, like cocaine and booze.
Cocaine is always a... Chuck, what are your thoughts?
I think that they did a fantastic job with the villains. They're very complex. They all have different motives and different backgrounds. And we're an hour into it, but we already feel like we get a sense of their history for each character. So they did a really good job with a limited amount of time making a complex cast of villains.
Joe, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with Tom. It being probably a dark comedy before anything else, but it has some nice slasher elements. Even though it's not the one stalker, it's a group, kind of like a group of slashers, I guess. It's got the harpoon gun, Friday the 13th Part 3 callback. I think it is.
A crossbow mistaken kill. I mean, so far the only people who been killed are people who were involved in the thing.
Kit, you're joining us. You're joining us later.
Well,
oh, sorry, Joe. Go ahead.
It was cheap. I thought it was really cheap when her weapon didn't fire, even though she got it from the same place they all got their weapons. I thought that was
right. That would have been epic. I mean, an open gun to the chest, kaboosh.
Yeah, I was really hoping for a big hole in the butler's chest, and I didn't get it. So
the butler will get his. Trust me.
Yeah,
he will. So far, my thoughts are, I mean, the comedy aspect of it is hilarious. It's just great. Just to let the viewers know, I kind of joined in halfway through, so I'm a little bit behind. One thing I want to comment on is Kevin was saying that he thinks that there's going to be some kind of supernatural element coming through later on, and I definitely think he's right. I don't know the full game here, but there was something about him as a little boy seeing this guy in a chair. Can you guys speak to that?
I caught that. Yeah, I caught that.
I looked up while we were watching it. The character referred to as Mr. Bial, and I have closed captioning on here, so it's spelled B-I-A-L. However, I looked up Bial, and it comes out it's the Hebrew name for essentially the devil.
Oh.
So the whole thing was
diggity.
the great-great-grandfather made a deal, played a card game where they get this box, and they always have to play a game whenever someone marries into the family, and hide or seek, that is the deadly game. If they don't, they're dead.
I would not be surprised if at the end the husband goes against the wife, and who's the guy helping her out?
The drunk brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell he might come off like a jerk, but he hates the game. However, money's a killer. Money can make people change their minds quickly.
Yeah, you can tell that his wife is more into the money, and he's kind of resents her for that. So I think they're going to have some sort of, even if it doesn't go full-blown hero, I think the brother's going to have a heroic arc, or at least an element to his story. But I think they're going to go with a quiet supernatural ending. I think they're going to bring Mr. Bial back and probably just as a human playing the role of Mr. Bial, and we'll see what happens. I think there's going to be some sort of wager.
Okay. Hey, let me ask you a question real quick. How many of you guys have seen The Last Exorcism on Netflix?
The what?
The Last Exorcism. It's currently on
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's currently on Netflix, and it presents itself as a documentary found footage, and then suddenly at the end, you've got this, holy crap, it's the devil. So I'm wondering if we're going to see the same thing here. It'll be interesting. And my take is if you're thinking of comedy, horror, I don't know how many people have seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil, but I'm getting the same feeling, which is a great movie. So we will check back about a third of the way toward the ending and give you our feelings then. Okay. Okay, so the Saturday Night Horror Movie Club of Into the Abyss has come to our conclusion of Ready or Not. So again, my view, which is the view that you will see on YouTube, is Tom McDonough on the upper left right, C.W. Breyer on the upper right corner, Kit Kolpakas on the upper left, or the lower left, and Joe Sullivan of Cemetery Gates Publications, sorry about that, the lower right. So why don't we mix it up and start with Joe Sullivan of Cemetery Gates Publication. Yeah, there's been a little bit too much salted caramel whiskey tonight.
You're this bad when you're sober, dude.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's true. I'm a terrible speaker even when I'm sober. So, Joe, what are your feelings about Ready or Not?
Well, I thought the movie came to a satisfying conclusion. Like the people you'd hope would die died, and I was hoping for more supernatural elements. Maybe the twist would be that she made some sort of deal with the devil, I guess, as like a final kind of twist, but that didn't happen. That was kind of what I was looking at.
Okay. All right, C.W. Breyer, Chuck Breyer, what do you say?
Well, I think they definitely hinted at a subtle supernatural element that was here. I think that came to, they set it up enough that you're not thrown when they get to the ending. But it was, went out with a bang. I'll say that. No, it was a lot of fun. It was very fun, dark comedy.
Tom McDonough.
I liked it. Now, as a horror movie, no. I mean, to be honest, that'd be maybe a 2 out of 5. But as a movie itself, I really did like it. It did end with Mr. Bial, and as I found out, it's a different name for Belial, which is the Hebrew name for Satan, did show up. And funny thing is, you realize that even though she said she wants a divorce, she's still the inheritor of everything, so she still comes out winning at the end. I mean, it doesn't matter if the house burns down, she gets everything. It was a good, dark comedy of errors. It was a good movie. For horror, not so much.
Kit Kolpakas, your feelings?
Very entertaining movie, very funny. I mean, I know it's a horror movie, but very funny. But I kind of just want to second Tom McDonough's feelings that as a horror, it wasn't necessarily a horror movie. But then again, the ending was satisfying. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with everyone. Again, if you haven't had a chance to see Tucker and Dale versus Evil, I think that's still on Netflix. It's right in that same genre. Like, you find yourself laughing at things where you're like, okay, that's really horrible, but that's really, really funny. So, and I like how we do have that supernatural ending there at the end. And we recently went and saw Invisible Man in the theaters. And I'm going to be honest and say it's kind of a toss-up. Who is the most badass female, Kate Moss or Samara Weaving? Of course, Samara Weaving is the daughter of Hugo Weaving, which is...
Okay, Kevin, it's Samara Weaving, the niece of Hugo Weaving.
I just said Samara
You
Weaving.
did it over the first time, you screwed it up.
Okay, Samara Weaving, the daughter of Hugo Weaving,
Niece!
who is not only Asian Smith, but also that elf in Lord of the Rings. So, I would highly recommend Ready or Not. Yes, folks, we are at that point of the night. Ready or Not, which is streaming on Amazon Prime. So definitely go check that out. Anyone have any final thoughts?
I'd say it's a good watch. I like it. I do like it as a movie, period.
Yeah, satisfying ending for sure.
Okay. All right. That's Saturday Night Horror Movie Club at Into the Abyss. We are practicing safe social distancing, but we are at the same time still enjoying horror films. Have a good night.
Can't really worry about that. A long pause after safe, so...
Yeah. Go check out Ready or Not on AmazonPrime.com.